Okay. So this is the part of your first one is prototype model, V model, spiral model, and waterfall model. So these are all the different types of models where you're going to learn. Based on these models, then we can go for software testing lifecycle. The agile methodology will be covered in the last session. Once the manual and automation is being completed, then I will explain the agile methodology. How we are going to use the Scrum and Sprint. We'll call it as a Scrum and Sprint. How we are going to divide each and every modules into split up into time slices. We'll call it as a time slices. So they are going to make that and get the quality for each and every module. That will see it out in the once the manual and automation is being completed. Now these are all the models. The next one is called as software testing lifecycle. What are the documents to be prepared by the tester during the development session? What are the documentation to be prepared during the development? Or this STLC, whatever the categories we are having in software development lifecycle, we are also having the different categories in the software testing lifecycle. Now, when you go for software development lifecycle, we are having information gathering, analysis, designing, coding, testing, and implementation. Similarly, there are few elements which are present in the software testing lifecycle that we'll see it out. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now, yeah. Is it audible? Okay, sir. So whatever the methods we are having, what are the phases we are having in software development lifecycle also, phases we are having, the same phases we are also having in software testing phase. There are 6 phases in software development lifecycle: information gathering, analysis, designing, coding, and testing. Now, when you come to the software testing lifecycle, the first phase is called as test policy. The first phase is called test policy. The second one is called test strategy. Test strategy. The third one is called as a test methodology. Methodology. Fourth one is test plan. Test plan. Next, test cases. Test cases. Next, test execution. Test execution. Next, test closure. Test closure. So these are all the phases which comes under software testing lifecycle. Test policy, test strategy, test methodology, test plan, test cases, execution. We can come under reports or reports, test reports, defect reports, submissions, everything will come under execution process. And the final is called as a test process. This is the part of your software testing lifecycle. Your involvement in the software testing lifecycle is only this part. How you are going to write your test cases and how you are going to execute your test cases. Only those two you need to involve. And the remaining part will come under management category people. Test policy by QAE, Quality Assurance Engineer. Test strategy done by quality control people. Test methodology, which is a part of your, what is the testing process of your company? What standards your company follows, that comes under test methodology. Test plan, which is done by the team lead. Test cases, execution, defect report, defect submission by testers. So we are doing out. We are the testers. We are going to write the test cases. We are going to execute the test cases. We are going to generate the defect report as well as defect submission. All these categories will come into this part. The last part is a test closure. Nothing but a final delivering process. Final delivering process. So this is done by the quality control people or project manager or team lead. All these people are going to be developers, testers, everyone will be involved. Only our responsibility is to how we are going to check your application, where we are going to write your test cases, how we are going to check the expected values to the actual value. And after executing, how we are going to generate the defect report and where to whom we are going to send your reports. What is the status of your defect? How many defect has been resolved? And how many defect yet to be resolved? All these categories will comes into this part. So 90% you should have to concentrate on these two. Remaining are theoretical. We don't need to worry about that. But when you go for interview, they'll ask you, can you define what is the difference between a test plan and a test case? Anyway, I'll give them some interview questions. You can go with that. So I'm not saying that don't go in depth. Just if you know the concept, that's more than enough. But mainly, we should have to concentrate on these factors. The role of a testers. So what they're going to do there. These are related to the management category people. So how we are going to measure the quality. Next, how we are going to budget control of your project. Next, how much time it will take to complete the process. Availability of testers. Does we have any software, hardware resources or not? All these will come under part. Okay, so this is the part of your software testing lifecycle. Okay, tomorrow we are going to discuss with the test policy, test theoretical part. Mainly, we'll concentrating on this part. Okay, na? That's all. Do you have any doubts? You can ask me. Else, we wind up the session. Any doubts? Anybody? That's all.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You, sir. See you tomorrow at the same time. It's 5 o'clock. Thank you all.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Note